What are you good at? What are your skill sets? It's time to do that analysis. So today is day 3 of 100 of what it takes to unpack in a service-based business, or really you could use any business, but I really want to focus on that service space because that's where my background has been for quite a few years now. So today's Sunday. I'm going to be super casual, and don't forget, no matter how big a business gets, no matter if you're how big, how small, make sure you take time for friends, family, to decompress, to get away from it. Sometimes it's when you step away, you get your best ideas. However, so that's why I'm super casual. There's no background. I'm just sitting on my couch, relaxing. It's Sunday. But when I get my word and when I set something up and I say I'm going to do a 100-day challenge right in a row, you better believe I'm going to take a couple minutes to fulfill my promise. So now we've gone over your why. We've gone over a little background. Now we want to talk about skills analysis. Now, just because you may enjoy painting, maybe you enjoy mowing the lawn, it doesn't necessarily mean that's the proper business you should do based on skill set, because landscapers, painters, roofers, bookkeeping, any service-based business, you're going to have different assets to it, and you don't want to trap yourself physically doing the labor all the time. So what that means is the whole goal of starting the business isn't to keep it small, it's to grow. I mean, it depends on your personal goals, but you're going to have different categories. There's going to be your 1099s, where you can actually be a subcontractor. You may be 1 to 3 people, maybe 4 people in a crew. You can go get stuff done. Maybe you get to a point where you grow and you have several employees, but you're still doing the day-to-day operations. You're the general manager. You're the one that's doing everything. Or maybe you want to grow it where it's 10, 20, $30 million a year business, and you're involved. You're making big decisions. You have multiple businesses. It really depends what your vision is in that aspect. Like there's a local company where I come from. His dad ended up being a subcontractor. He went to college, got out of college, started up a service-based business. As a need, he found the market gap, so he ended up buying his own dumpsters. From there, he ended up buying another roofing company. From there, he just bought a bathroom and kitchen remodel company, all service-based business, but now he's a huge conglomerate in the area of where I come from, and he really honed in on what his skill sets were. So it's amazing to see people where they come from and do it. So you really want to take into consideration, what do you enjoy doing? What are your skill sets? What are your personal assets? And what I mean by that, it's not like what you own per se. It means what value can you personally bring to the marketplace? What can you hone in on? How big do you actually want to go? And what are the causes and effects of you starting it? Because when you first start something, you typically have to give something up, understand, like you're not going to work 3 hours a day in a service-based business and be huge. You're going to have to, put in the work. What does it look like? Are you married? Do you have kids? Are you young? What does that look like? What does it take to get started? Calculating, I believe in risk, but also calculated risk as well. What does it actually look like? What are your skill sets? Can you do it by yourself, or do you need partners? Or, can you do it by yourself, or do you need employees? And then what does it look like? Now, we all want to make statements like, hey, Gen X and Gen Z don't want to work, which isn't true, because I always like to look at big corporations and trends. And no matter what you do, you constantly see people have waiting lists, or big companies are being ultra selective in who they hire, which tells me there's hope for the marketplace. People want to work. It's just nowadays people are more aware of like toxic environments. They want to be valued as people should. They want to be treated with respect as they should. It's not their business, it's your business. So they don't want to feel like they're responsible for the success of you. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, but yet they want to be honored and respected in those roles, which is totally fine. It's just In today's market, the awareness of being treated like slaves or being treated just like a robot isn't conducive today. And we see that by the repercussions of each generation. I'm not going to get into that too much, but there is really amazing people in those generations that want to work, they want to be successful, they want to see other people be successful. It's just to honor and respect them too. But that's anywhere, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if someone doesn't really treat their employees well, chances are they may or may not treat their customers well. But if someone really treats their customers well, typically they could treat their employees well. So it's like someone can only put on a mask for about 6 months. After 6 months, you realize who that person really is, even in a work environment. That's why, on a job interview, it's really super awesome. And all of a sudden, 6 months later, you're like, what the heck? So whatever reasons you want to start a business, whether it's to get away from a toxic environment, it's just a passion, make sure you get those assets, get those skill assets, really do a diagnostics of yourself, of your skills, and take some time doing it. Because you may think you're like, oh, I really love painting. It's got to be a mixture. It's got to be a passion mixed with your skill set, mixed with, and you shouldn't have everything figured out. Do not mistake what I'm saying. You do not have to have all your T's crossed, all your I's dotted, have every little bit figured out before you start something. But there's so many people that just start a business without understanding the metrics of everything, without understanding cash flow, or how to look at where money is seeping out of a business, or understanding the bookkeeping or taxes. Now, you don't got to be professionals, but you have to understand at least a little bit, or have people around you that you trust to guide you in certain aspects that you don't know. So instead of just starting it, and there's a reason why a lot of people go out of business within the first couple of years. So like I said, it's got to be a combination of skill, passion, and really do those analysis. Take some time to do it. Even if you have a business, like if you've been around for 5-6 years and you're just like, man, I just can't, what the heck is going on? Do an analysis of your skill set, of your passions, see if they match. I'm telling you, it could be something different. If you don't know how to do that, let me know. Drop me a DM. At any point in these videos, if you need questions or clarification, let me know. I can make another video, or we can talk face to face. That's totally fine too. All right, guys, until tomorrow, enjoy your Sunday, take some time off, and we will see each other again. All right, bye.